Well, the Secretary of State made a trip to Fayette County today to plead with voters to cast their votes before Election Day. LEX 18's Claire Kopsky spoke with him this morning at Garrett Morgan Elementary School for this Vote in 2020 coverage.
Secretary of State Michael Adams made a special trip to a voting precinct here in Fayette County because he says voters in this county have not taken advantage of early voting like they have in other counties, and he's worried about long lines on Election Day. The secretary says in Fayette County about half registered voters opted for absentee ballots, which he says so far has been successful. It's the in-person early voting that he says has him concerned as the rural counties are ahead. He pointed out how there were no lines at Garrett Morgan Elementary this morning, saying if you don't like to wait in lines, you might as well come out and vote today. Secretary Adams stressed how this is not a political stunt, referencing how both presidential candidates already voted early, as well as other local candidates. He said part of the reasons he's speaking up now has to do with a finite number of polling places.
It's not that Fayette County is that far behind. They're actually in pretty good shape compared to other counties. The problem is other counties are adding more locations on the 3rd, and Fayette County is not. That's the issue. Look, Fayette County actually is in first place right now for votes that have actually been either requested absentee and cast or voted in person. So that's a bright spot. The downside is there's nowhere to go up from here. Other counties are adding more locations and Fayette is not. So that's why I'm strongly encouraging voters who are going to vote in person, do it today.
The secretary says he's expecting about 40,000 more voters to come out for this election here in Fayette County, and he's really hoping that that will be spaced out over the next 4 days, averaging about 10,000 voters a day. He says he's stressing this not only to keep the lines down, but in hopes to keep voters safe. In Fayette County, Claire Kopsky, LEX 18 News.